If you want to elevate your audio from this is the sound coming from the built-in microphone of the Lumix G9 Mark II, to this. Now we're listening to the sound coming from the transmitter of the Vimo Q with no noise cancellation turned on. Then the COMICA Vimo Q might be the right choice for you. Hi guys, Dirk here. Thanks so much for tuning in. There are quite a few things that I like about the Vimo Q, but there are also two things that I don't. Audio is a key component in your video production. I learned it the hard way, especially my older videos on my YouTube channel. Hi everyone, this is Dirk. They have terrible audio. And it doesn't have to be a super fancy setup. As long as it's clear and understandable, you won't lose your audience. The COMICA Vimo Q is a wireless microphone set that you can connect to your phone, to your camera, and even to your laptop or PC. And I'll show you how to set it up in a little bit. Everything you hear in this video is recorded using the COMICA Vimo Q, so you have a direct sound sample right there. In the box we get a receiver and 4 transmitters. This is not a cheap system. It currently retails at $256. But since I'm already a big fan of the smaller version, the Vimo C, I really wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to test it inside in the studio as well as outside with and without noise cancellation. The first thing I like about the Vimo Q is the charging case. It looks and feels like a very fancy, expensive, luxury cosmetic travel set. It has this leathery texture and it is by far the finest charging case I've ever reviewed. And how do we know if the devices are ready? We simply press this button here and it illuminates 1, 2, 3 or even 4 of the LEDs that show us the charging state of this charging case. If you need to recharge the case, which takes about 3 hours, you can do so here on the USB-C port. When we open the case, the display on the receiver shows us the charging state, the battery level of the case, of the receiver and also of all of the 4 transmitters. On top of the charging case we have a net, and behind that we find a lot of accessories, like 4 wind muffs, a USB to USB-C cable so we can charge this case. Then we get a TRS to TRRS cable in case you want to connect it to your phones. And for iPhone users we even have an 3.5mm to Lightning port adapter so we can connect it to devices that are iPhone 14 or older. Then we get a TRS to TRS cable so we can connect it to cameras. If your phone doesn't have a 3.5mm input and has only a USB-C port, in this case you would need an adapter. I'll leave a link in the description below. Although we can connect a lavalier microphone here on top of the receiver, lavalier microphones are not included. The receiver has 2 buttons on the bottom. One is for power and it's a mode switch. The other one is a network button in case the transmitters are disconnected. This one has also a second function, and a short press on it allows you to flip the orientation of the display. The second thing I like is that as soon as you take the receiver and transmitters out of the box, they power up and they connect instantly. And the transmitters that remain in the charging case stay muted. After a short while the display of the receiver dims down a bit, but you can brighten it up again with a short press of either of the 2 buttons. On the left side we have an audio out where you can connect the receiver to your devices, and underneath is a headphone jack where you can connect your headphones for lossless monitoring. And on top we have a USB-C port. Now before we're getting into the different recording modi, let's take a quick look at the transmitters. On the right side we have 3 buttons. The top one is to power on or off the device and also to mute the microphone. If you do this, then this LED here will illuminate in red. The button in the middle is to activate noise cancellation, and if you do so, this LED will turn green. If you press it again and you turn noise cancellation off, then it will revert to blue. We can also use this button to bring the volume up. Down here is the network button to reconnect the transmitter to the receiver, and it also functions to lower the volume. Underneath we have a USB-C port. And here on the back of the transmitter we have a simple plastic clip so you can attach it. On top we have a 3.5mm input so you can connect a lavalier microphone, and next to it is the microphone itself. It is very sensitive, and in a studio setting it is completely enough to set the audio level to 1. The third thing I like about the Vimo Q is the batteries in the receiver and the transmitters last for up to 8 hours of recording, and you can fully recharge them using the charging case. And this should get you through the production day. I don't know why all the manufacturers are so obsessed with transmission range, and also this system offers 200 meter of transmission range, 660 feet. I don't know anyone who would be that far away from the recording devices. Well, it's nice to have the option, but I think in all honesty, 100 feet, 33 meters would be more than sufficient. COMICA is one of the few manufacturers that give us specific information about the technical details of their devices. For example, the dynamic range. So that is the range between the quietest whisper and the loudest tone that these microphones can pick up without clipping. The dynamic range here is 86 decibel. We have a max sound pressure level of 110 decibel. And the frequency range goes from 80 Hz to 20 kHz. And now let's take the test outside. And now we're listening to the sound coming from the transmitter of the Vimo Q with the noise cancellation turned off. And I'm standing next to a street, I'm standing close to a fountain where we have a lot of background noises, and I can't wait to find out how the sound quality is, how it cancels out the waterfall coming from this little fountain, and how the clarity of my voice is. When I long press the middle button, I can turn noise cancellation on. Now the LED turns into a solid green light and I know noise cancellation is turned on, and I really want to find out how the clarity of my voice is. I tested so many different wireless microphone systems, and while most of them have a really good noise suppressants when you turn noise cancellation on, a lot of them are cutting into the clarity of the audio of the voice. And I want to find out how the Vimo Q is, if we have still a very good sound signature, a good clarity, if you can hear my voice pure and clear, or if it's cutting into the audio coming across. With the press of the button, we turn noise cancellation off, and this is the normal sound coming from the Vimo Q. Now I remove the Vimo Q from my camera, and this is how it sounds with the built-in microphone of the Lumix G9 Mark II. Here is Kiwi, and she will help me telling you the first thing that I don't like about this system. We have a mono mode, we have a stereo mode, and if you want to have an interview with 3 more people, there's also a quad mode available. What I'm missing is a safety mode. That is when you're recording at a certain audio level, and then the system would automatically record one audio track minus 6 decibel to avoid any form of clipping. I wish we would have this option. The second thing I'm not very happy about is that we have no form of internal recording that we can use as a backup, as a form of redundancy. And for a microphone set at this price point, this is what I would expect. So what's the conclusion? It's a great set. It's good audio quality, it's great noise cancellation, and I can see myself using it when I'm filming here. However, when I'm traveling to Europe, I think I still will stick to the much smaller Vimo C just because of its size. I hope I was able to give you a good overview of the COMICA Vimo Q, and if you want to buy it, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's going to be an affiliate link, and as all my affiliate links, if you're using them, it will not cost you anything extra, but I would make some money back, and that will certainly help me to purchase more products that I can review here on my channel. And I would appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching this. Till the next time. Stay safe, stay tuned, and take care. Bye for now.